Hi, I'm Mia,
And I'm Sydney, and
and
welcome
welcome
back
back
to
to
Fixing
Fixing
the
the
Fog.
Fog.
Today we're going to talk about how misinformation and social pressure impact one another.
To begin, let's first establish what social pressure is. Social pressure, or peer pressure, is when we feel like we need to do something because of other people. Usually, we either don't want to do the thing in question, or we know that we just shouldn't do it. But social pressure forces us to do it anyway.
When thinking about peer pressure, you probably think first about people insisting that you do something. And while this can be the case sometimes, it isn't always. A lot of times, social pressure comes from our own minds, and we fear people whose opinions we value will judge us.
Exactly. We convince ourselves that if we don't conform, we'll be ostracized and outcasted.
It's clear how much power social pressure has on us. But what does this have to do with misinformation? Well, a huge part of why misinformation spreads so well is social pressure. Social pressure makes us more likely to sign on to a new idea.
It's essentially the mentality of, well, everyone I know believes in this, so I should too. On a very extreme scale, this is also how cults gain traction. Now, obviously, little bits of misinformation about mental health are probably not going to have as dangerous of an impact as many cults do, but this example still shows the potential consequences of conforming to an idea just because you know some people who do.
And the more traction an idea gains, the harder it becomes to stand against it.
This need to conform also creates a pressure to share what we see.
Right. This shows up especially online with posts that tell you to repost and share the video before it's gone forever, or posts that tell you that everyone needs to see something.
These posts create a sense of urgency, and they make you feel like you're doing others a service by sharing, like you're almost helping people out.
These emotions together make us feel even more like we need to share the things we believe in, regardless of if they hold base in truth or not.
Most often, the content that makes us feel social pressure is stressful and emotionally triggering. To stop the misinformation cycle, it's important to ignore or say no to this stressful content.
First, you have to be able to identify the content, though. Use what we mentioned in episode 6 about emotional language to recognize some red flags in content. Anything that makes you feel strongly one way or another should be a key indicator of stressful content.
Once you've spotted this content, there are a few tactics that you can use to ignore it and move on. Muting or scrolling past the post, for example. While it may be hard to do this, it is key to protecting yourself from harmful misinformation. Limiting screen time, choosing reliable sources, and taking a moment to pause before engaging are also all valuable skills when it comes to breaking the misinformation cycle.
Applying this to psychology, we can reference social pressure to two important logical fallacies: the bandwagon effect and herd mentality.
The bandwagon effect is when everyone is doing, believing, or saying something, so we feel like we need to as well. When the bandwagon effect is working, we don't feel like we need to fact check anything because so many other people have already joined in. So, without looking deeper or questioning anything, we join too.
Herd mentality is similar in that it makes us join a group without thinking any further. However, a key difference is that herd mentality makes us feel safe with a group, whereas the bandwagon effect is just about fitting in. Herd mentality is about safety in numbers and joining something so that you're not left as a lone outlier.
This brings us to confidence in your own thinking. When feeling the need to join because of other people rather than your own beliefs or the facts, it's more important than ever to maintain confidence in your thinking and your abilities.
How you do this is you just need to pause, walk away for a bit, and reflect. Ask yourself why you feel the need to join in, and if you really want to or think it would benefit you.
Also, double check your facts, and when doing this, keep an open mind. Don't just try to prove yourself right. Try to learn the other side's point of view to get a better understanding of what's going on.
Confidence in your own thinking doesn't mean ignoring everyone else. It means checking your facts and remembering what you really want to believe in.
Social pressure tells us that being independent means being alone, and that's a bad thing. But the truth is, independence doesn't always mean being alone. In fact, sometimes standing up for the truth can reinforce your connections with people, or help you create new ones with more like minded peers.
It can be incredibly difficult to stand for the truth when you're outnumbered by everyone you look to for support and guidance, but always remember how important it is. The louder you're able to be about the truth, the more likely it is that you won't be as outnumbered.
Continuing to express your independent thoughts will most likely help you find more people who are willing to work with you to build on these ideas. And maybe you'll even be able to convince some of your current peers to join you.
Like all things, though, expressing independence requires balance and nuance. Nothing is received well when it's being forced on someone, so keep this in mind and try to remember to spread your thoughts respectfully and to be aware of the social situation. Always remain open to new ideas as well.
One last thing that we wanted to touch on before we wrap up today's episode is leading with the truth.
Don't contribute to the spread of misinformation. When you're educating others on your beliefs and ideas, use accurate information. Check your sources.
Not only is this more conducive to society, but peers are much more likely to believe evidence backed claims.
That's it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in again this week.
And, as always,
Stay
stay
curious,
curious,
stay
stay
aware,
aware,
and
and
keep
keep
clearing
clearing
the
the
clouds
clouds
with
with
clarity.
clarity.